Okay, guys. So now that we have the bald line taken out and we have the no guard section taken out, now we have to create a section and a guideline for our 1/16th because we're transitioning into the fade. So now that we transition into this no guard, we have to create space for a new guideline. I need to mention to you guys that you're always going to pretty much have bulk in a haircut, and that's when you can go and take your two guard. Sorry, I'm trying to make this work as much as possible. You're going to take your two guard. Remember how you put it on? Snap it on. Take it, open, and debulk the fade so you can see where it is. Because some people, they grow their hair out for 3-4 months. And you know, you don't want to waste your time trying to fade into a 3 when you know you don't even need that much hair. So on the back of the neck area, sometimes on the side too, take your two guard, open it up, and flick out some of that bulk. You still want to keep it dark, but you want to take out some of that bulk. And when you flick, it's all on the fingers. You want to flick out all that bulk, and you know, usually you take it down, close it, take out all that bulk. But you never want to go higher than that occipital bone. You don't want to take the 2 and run it all the way up. They might have an afro up here, so you would not take that 2 and run it all the way up to past the occipital bone. Even on the sides, you don't want to run it all the way up because they might have a lot of extra hair. But make your work less harder for yourself and debulk that area. So then, that's debulking. You're going to take your one guard. I know it's not the one area, but take your one guard, close it. Once you close that area, you're going to turn it on. You're going to make a guideline for your 1/16th. You want to make sure it's clean, it's crisp. Make that guideline. Once you make that guideline and it's 1 inch to 1/2 inch, take that guard off. Once you take that guard off, you'll put your 1/16th on. Then you get your 1/16th. Some clippers don't come with the 1/16th. If you don't have a 1/16th, go to Sally's, go to your nearest beauty supply store, ask them for a 1/16th guard for whatever clipper you need, whether it's Andis, Wall, Oster, Babyliss. Go get a 1/16th or a 0 guard. It's either or. It's the same thing. You're going to open up your 1/16th, turn it on, and you're going to make an inch guideline. Once you make that inch guideline, you're going to brush, go over it again, because I want my guidelines to be clean. And now, halfway. I'm working a little bit down a little bit more now because it's getting shorter. It's cutting closer. I don't want to bring that shortcut way up here. Ooh, my guard popped off, man. I gotta be careful. Ooh-wee. That's why you always have to make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing, because if not, your guards can fall off. You do not want that to happen because you don't want to cut, gap, or anything to anybody. So halfway. Okay, now it's halfway. Close it some more. Close. Right at the bottom of that line. Right at the bottom of that line. You don't want to get any closer than that. Right at the bottom of that line. So remember, open. All the way up is open. Halfway. Going down some more. Close. Right at the bottom of the guideline. And it should look like this. You're going to start open, so that really will be faded. And you got halfway. And this is where you should end up, right at the bottom of that guideline. Close. So now that's faded out. You literally have 2 more spots. And this is where you're going to use that 2, that 1.5, and that 1. What I usually do, I go back, I grab my 1/16, or I'm sorry, not my 1/16, my 2, and I debulk. Debulk some more. Halfway, because everything is always going to start on open. Each section that you do is always going to be open. Remember this, you can always take hair off. You can never put hair back on. If you try to guess and you use a guard that is way too short, you can never put that hair back on that head. But if you rather be safe than sorry, put a 2 on something. Or if you think it might be a 1, put a 1.5. Because you can always take hair off. You can never put hair back on. Once it's gone, it's gone. Sorry, keep turning it on. You're going to go open. You're going to debulk. Halfway with your 2. You're not going past that occipital bone. You're flicking out. As you go, you're flicking out. Closed. Flick out. Flick out. Flick out. Flick out. All right. It's going to start lightening up. All that bulk is going to start fading. It's going to start fading out. It's going to get shorter. Then you're going to take that 1, 1.5, open, flick out, flick out, flick out. Back. Halfway, flick out, flick out, flick out. And that's why I put that 2 to 1.5. Close, flick out, flick out. So it's going to leave you with 1 more guideline. So imagine this is all gone. That's the 2, open, 2, halfway, 2, close. Once you erase those things, you're going to have 1 more. You hit it with that 1.5. And what it does when you down fade and you debulk the rest of the fade, once you put that 1.5 there, open, halfway close, it's lightening up that guideline for you. It is lightening it up, so then you can come back with that 1 real fast. It's still going to be dark. Open. Halfway. Close. Lever play. Use your corners. One thing that is always important, you don't always have to use the full blade every time you're fading. Some parts of the fade, use your corners because it's going to make it way easier. You might use the whole blade on a part that you didn't mean to use the whole blade on and push the fade up higher, or might mess the fade up. So make sure that you're always using those corners, getting into the crevices. Some hair on different parts of the head, they don't just lay down flat. Some of them are to the left, are to the right, and you have to go against it because you're trying to fade it out. You got to go that way. You always want to stretch the skin and fade. You always want to brush. So always remember that. Brush 1, fade 1, brush 1, fade 1. Stretch the skin. Use your corners because that's what's going to help you get a cleaner fade. And then once you put your fade in, so all of this is gone. That's that open. It's that halfway. Close. Now, once that's all faded out, which it wouldn't look like this. If it looked like this, then you just balled them out. But I'll have an image for you guys so you guys can reference what the fade should look like at the end of it. Straight hair or coarse hair. So any African American curly hair, straight or coarse hair. Then after, you just want to go and you want to detail the fade. When you first start out, you won't really understand detailing, so you can't really expect much. But you always want to put your guidelines in, take them out, and then detail your fade. So you might see a few lines here and there. Open, halfway, close, and pick at those lines using the corner of your blade, not the whole blade, but the corner of your blade. All right, guys, and just gonna give you just a briefing over everything that the key components that you need to basically get a fade down and understand a fade. One is you always know that you have to debulk, so you want to take a 2 guard, and that's the base of pretty much every haircut, unless their hair is a little bit longer. But you want to debulk the head with a 2, or the area you're going to be fading, you want to debulk it with a 2. I forgot to say, never go past the occipital bone. That'll be number 2. Never go past the occipital bone. Number 3 now. Let's not go by numbers, forget that. You're going to open, halfway, closed. That is going to be your lever system. And anything between that is lever play. Your next one is brush 1, fade 1. Every time you fade, you want to brush the hair down. Get into a habit of having something in your hand, like a comb or a brush, so you aren't just empty-handed. I cannot fade anymore without something in my hand because I want to brush my canvas. You want to be able to see your canvas and see what you're fading. If you don't have a brush or a comb in your hand, you're going to be hitting something and you might not see it, but the line that you thought that was in the head might already be outside or out. You already faded it out. So always remember, brush 1 or comb 1, fade 1. Next thing is use your corners. Use your corners to your advantage. No, you can use your corners against the hair, that if it's flowing a different direction, you're gonna have to use your corners. It's not always gonna be up and down with the hair. The hair could be going this way or that way, and you have to go against that. Stretch the skin. Make sure you're stretching that skin so you can see what you're doing. So I have my brush in my one hand. I'll stretch with my thumb. I'll be fading. I brush. Fade, brush. And you notice how I have a rhythm of stretching, fading, brushing. Stretching, fading, brushing. Stretching, fading, brushing. Stretching. It's second nature. It's second nature. It's second nature. Always remember that. And another important thing. Your guidelines should only be 1 inch to a half an inch. You screenshot this. Remember this. Put it in your notes. These are notes that I found out. Oh, I'm sorry. These are notes that I found out over time that gave me the result I needed in my fade. I'm saving you guys the headache and the time because I literally stayed up every night when I first started cutting hair, watching videos from the time I laid down all the way to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I had to go back to school. And this is what I learned from over time from every video. I'm saving you the hassle. So screenshot this. Even add those extra notes that I put down. And yeah, remember those things. All right, guys. I appreciate you for watching this little bitty video. I really want you guys to take the time to understand everything that I broke down in this video. Go back, watch my videos. Watch how I'm fading out the neck. Listen to what I'm telling you because I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm saying I have a good idea on how you should put in a fade, how you should take a fade out. I like to be detailed as possible because I want to save you guys the time. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at. Like literally, like even though it's been like 2 years, almost 1.5 years. It took me a while to get to this point, and I'm nowhere where I need to be. I'm not. I'm not saying that I'm the greatest, but I'm saying that I have some things that I feel like that can help you as a beginning barber, as a barber that's still learning, whether you thought you knew what you're doing. I'm just here to help as much as possible. I really do appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Y'all be blessed. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. The next video we're doing is probably gonna be how to clean your clippers, how to disinfect your area. Sanitation is really a big thing, especially right now when it comes to barbering, because with everything that's going on, even though barbers shouldn't be cutting, even beforehand and after, we really should be cleaning our stations, making sure our seats are cleaned off after every client, that we're practicing our proper cleanliness that we learn as barbers. That's why I feel like it's really important for barbers to go to school. Like, how do you fully know how to be clean and understand it without really, you learn from other people from the shop, and you get knowledge from them how to be clean, and you just kind of understand it yourself. But you really want to, be clean as possible, you'll go to school and you'll let them teach you how to clean your clippers, how to wash down your station, how to wash your brushes. And you saw that today in my little speed up that I was washing my stuff. I cleaned up my barber room. I swept, I mopped, I cleaned out the restroom, because I want my station, I want my place to be clean. I don't want people to come into wherever I'm working and see, oh yeah, this dude's a dirty barber. He's nasty. He's the same blade on everybody. Nah. I'm clean. You come in here, it smells good. You want to be here because you know that I'm going to take care of you. You're not getting the same trimmer used on you as somebody else, and I didn't clean it off. I didn't decontaminate and add cool care. And so we're going to go ahead and talking about cleaning your clippers and cleaning your tools on the next video. And we'll probably get into a little bit of razor work. On me, I started out using the razor before I got to school. Literally, I used it on balloons, water balloons, dry balloons, because I wanted to be ahead of the game when I got to school. I used it on balloons, water balloons. I added shaving cream. We'll get into it. I shaved my friend's legs. I shaved everybody's legs I could shave. And then I started using it on people's face. I cut my face, but I had to learn, because that's going to make your barber service go to the next level when you go ahead and you take it upon yourself to learn how to use a razor, learn how to make your fades pop even more. So guys, I really do appreciate you guys for watching this video. Take everything, study it, marinate on it, and be blessed. I love all of my subscribers. I love you guys so much. We're still on the road to 5K. Let's get there so I can drop some merch, so we can go harder. And I'm pushing out content for you guys. Y'all stay safe in this time, and y'all be blessed. It's your boy Pat Next Door. Divine Fades is the name. If it ain't divine, it ain't mine. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a great day. Yes, sir.